Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and today it's Fragrance Friday, and here on this channel on Fridays we talk about personal fragrance. On today's docket we have one sample that I received when I purchased a fragrance I just most recently purchased, which is a limited edition fragrance. Another fragrance I picked up on my travels on a duty-free selection. By the way, there was not a lot of selection. And the last fragrance we're going to talk about I emptied on my trip, and I do have a lot of things to say about it. Hello everybody, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe down below. Hit that bell for notifications, because like 80% of you are actually not subscribed to this channel, which I think is so crazy. I would love for you guys to click on that subscription and notification bell. Also, feel free to share this video to anybody who you might feel needs to see this, who you think might want to know a little bit more about some of these products. Some of them are new, some are a little bit older. And don't forget to like this video if you do enjoy the content today. But before we get started on the perfume, as always, we are going to discuss what is on my lips and what is on my phalanges, because if I don't, you always ask. All right, so on my lips is one of those Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plumpers in the color Primrose, and this is what it looks like here. I really enjoy these. They have like a minty, cooling sensation, which is great. I love this, and it's probably my favorite color from the whole line. And what is all over my nails? I love this color. It is from Mooncat. It's their newest drop. This color is in To All Who Ghosted Me. And this is a very beautiful nail polish, which is like a medium gray, almost purple base with a blue shimmer all throughout the entire nail lacquer. And it just provides this really cool color. Probably one of my favorite ones from this new collection that they launched last month. What we have here to discuss, we have, like I said, a few things. I have 4 things to talk about. The first one is a sample. Funny enough, I've never owned this before. I haven't even sprayed this yet. This one's gonna be the Scandale, the original Scandale. It doesn't show that it's the new one. It says Eau de Parfum, so I'm assuming it is not the new one. This is what it looks like on the inside, and we're gonna go and spray it. And I'm also gonna use Fragrantica today, and we're gonna go over the main accords for each of these fragrances I'm gonna be mentioning, as well as the top, mid, and base notes. Okay, so I just sprayed this one. I think because it's more of a Chypre fragrance, I'm not as inclined to have purchased it. That's why I don't own it. I do have So Scandale, and I really like it. I think because that one's more of like a floral, vanilla, sweet scent. But let's go check out the main accords. Main accords for Scandale by Jean Paul Gaultier are honey, sweet, white floral, citrus, caramel, animalic, beeswax, patchouli, floral, and woody. Top notes are blood orange and mandarin orange. Mid notes are honey, gardenia, orange blossom, jasmine, and peach. Base notes are beeswax, caramel, patchouli, and licorice. Okay, I already know probably one of the reasons why I don't enjoy this is the honey. I don't do honey well at all. I think I've mentioned that many times. Honey to me smells like pee. Although this doesn't smell like pee necessarily, I still get that astringent scent, and it could be I was gonna say pee. I think it's kind of between the honey and the beeswax. Beeswax is not actually a fragrance note that I think is in any of my other fragrances. Like, I don't ever remember reading that to you guys off of Fragrantica, ever. I think that's a new one for me, but it's just a little bit mature for me. I feel like this is a bit deep. Definitely an evening scent. Definitely something that will last probably a long time. I do find Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances to last a little while, longer than some of the other designer fragrances that I have spoken about in the past. But if you like that kind of scent, it's a Chypre, like it's a little bit of honey, definitely get your nose on this. And I'm happy that I was given a sample for a fragrance that I purchased, which is going to be the next fragrance we're going to talk about, because it is a limited edition fragrance. Now you may be surprised, because in this particular range, in this particular house, I generally go for a specific formula. They normally bring 3 out every year. One's an Oh So Fresh, one's a Love, and one's just a regular, I think, Daisy. We're talking about Daisy by Marc Jacobs, but this one's the Daisy Pop, and I got the Love version. I tried all 3 of them. I do have some things to tell you guys about each of them and the reason why I went with this one. This particular fragrance I really enjoyed. I expected, when I went to Shoppers Drug Mart, that's where I did pick this up here in Canada, I really expected to love the Oh So Fresh. That's generally where I lean towards. I will put a little card above to show you guys my ranking video of all my fragrances from Marc Jacobs. Obviously, I've added another one to my list here, but I really enjoy this one by complete surprise. Generally speaking, when I go to a Shoppers Drug Mart and I see that the limited edition every year, Marc Jacobs always comes out with 3 fragrances. from the same line. This one just happens to be named Pop. And they have, like I said, the Love, one that I don't think is really necessarily named, and the other one's Oh So Fresh. Generally speaking, Oh So Fresh is where I lean because it is a freshie, and I do really enjoy a lot of his fresh scents. I feel like Marc Jacobs hits the nail on the head when it comes to springtime fragrances. Hands down, I believe he's probably my favorite designer that does really great sense that, unfortunately, because this is a limited edition, a lot of his fragrances, like his original Daisy Oh So Fresh, it is still in the lineup. So that one you can still find every day. That is definitely going to be more of a signature scent, which we'll talk a little bit more about next week. This one here, unfortunately, they're just limited edition, but these are great. So normally Oh So Fresh, like I said, is a freshie. Then I find the one that I didn't get up, the other one, the middle-sized one, slightly different shape. That one ends up being more, I don't even know. It's something that I can't describe. It may be a bit floral for my liking, less fresh, more floral. The Love, generally speaking, has more vanilla in it and is more sweet. So no matter what version he comes out with every year, generally speaking, the Love definitely is a little bit more sweet. But for the most part, I'm almost always going towards that Oh So Fresh, with the exception of this year. All right, so I just sprayed this one here, and I did sample it in the store last week because I've had it in the box all week. This is gorgeous. It is still fresh. It is still beautiful, but there's definitely more of a kick of vanilla in here. There is some floral notes to it. There's almost like you combined all of them together to get Love. So you got a little Oh So Fresh, you got a little the other, which one's a little bit more floral. And then you got this, but it's this one that I really, really enjoyed. I'm going to go through the main accords and the top, mid, and base notes with you guys, and you're going to probably understand why I love this one so much. The main accords for Daisy Love Pop by Marc Jacobs are vanilla, amber, sweet, fruity, woody, aromatic, lactonic, citrus, warm, spicy, and nutty. Top notes are cloudberry and bergamot. Mid notes are whipped cream and pistachio. Base notes are benzoin and musk. Cloudberry, check, yes, love. Bergamot, check, yes, love. Vanilla of any kind, whipped cream, whatever you want to give it to me as, yes, yes, yes. I'm surprised. I'm just looking at my computer where I just read out all of the notes, the top, mid, and base. Pistachio, and therefore on the main accords it was listed nutty towards the bottom. I wouldn't say I get a lot of pistachio. So if you're buying this because you see the word pistachio and the word on the street is like, this is the most fun, amazing combination, blah, 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 because of pistachio, I don't necessarily get pistachio. Rather, I definitely get the bergamot, the brightness of a bergamot, the citrusy notes, the oh so fresh portion, like I mentioned earlier. Then you get a little bit of floral. And then, of course, what I love this so much for is the vanilla. I love vanilla. I don't get pistachio or any of that. Benzoin is also a great fragrance to match with a vanilla. So if you have a vanilla or like a whipping cream or that kind of thing where there is vanilla involved in the pyramid, it's great to match it with benzoin. I feel like it just brings it up. And that's where I think I really, really love this. I definitely am getting more of the musk, but the bergamot has stuck around a lot more than I thought. Normally bergamot being on the top of that pyramid, normally it just dissipates very quickly, but it's still there. I'm really excited about wearing this one for the spring because I think, again, Marc Jacobs, they just know how to do a spring of fragrance. Okay, so to the fragrance that I ended up picking up en route back from Spain. It was in Spain that I did pick this up at the Madrid airport. So we were leaving the country that day. I will say that in the area that we were in the airport for our flight from Madrid to Newark, New Jersey, the duty free sucked. Like it only had like maybe 2 dozen fragrances, but most of them are just things you can get anywhere. And I was like, come on, speak to me. I was really hoping to find something unique and something super special to remind me of this trip that I just came back from Cartagena and Madrid. And if you don't know, my husband and I do have a travel channel, Hitchhiking with the Harveys. It's always linked in my description box here on any of my videos. So if you ever want to check it out, I'll be popping up a whole pile of videos on our trip to Spain. And we also have another trip that we went to literally right after. Back to fragrance. This is none other than Aqua Allegoria's Forte Mandarin Basilic. And I loved this one. I felt it was super bright and super beautiful, and I love a citrus. Lemon, not so much, but when you give me oranges or limes, I feel that my body accepts it a little bit better than lemon. Lemon tends to sometimes get sour on me. It kind of depends on what it's mixed with. This is so, so gorgeous. And with summer coming up, I hope soon, I think this one might be really good. I, of course, love a Guerlain bottle. It's got the little bee on there, and I absolutely adore this one. Let's go check out the main accords. Main accords for Aqua Allegoria's Forte Mandarin Basilic by Guerlain are citrus, fresh spicy, green, aromatic, sweet, white floral, vanilla, fruity, honey, and woody. Top notes are mandarin orange, basil, cassis. Mid notes are orange blossom, honey, anise, Bulgarian rose. Base notes are vanilla and sandalwood. Well, there you go. Just threw everything I had to say about honey out the window. I love this one. I do not get honey at all. I do not get the cat pee. Oh, I definitely, now that I've read the notes, I definitely get the basil and the mandarin. And it's so bright. I think of a sunshine when I smell this particular fragrance. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The only thing is, I know that it does say Forte, and that's supposed to mean that it sticks around a little bit more than maybe their regular line. I do find that Guerlains don't last that long. Now, this is the second Honey Bee bottle that I own. The other one is a discontinued fragrance, which I wish they would bring back. Coconut Fizz is one of my favorites. This is going to be beautiful for the summer and maybe slows my roll down with having to use the Coconut Fizz, which I generally wear on my birthday because it's that rare. I can't get any more. No one's willing to sell me their bottle. If you have a bottle, let me know of Coconut Fizz because I will likely hit you up on that one. But this is beautiful. I really feel this is bright. This is airy. This is a daytime scent. You're going out, inside, outside, doesn't matter. I don't expect this to have a huge longevity on my skin because I generally eat fragrances up like it's, a snack and it's gone in like a moment. Long story short, I really love this one. I'm glad I got it, and I got it for duty free, so slightly less expensive, but I still had to get across the other part of the world to get it. And now we come to the part of the video where we're going to discuss one last fragrance, of which I completely used up on both parts of my vacation. Spain was one part. The other part I'm not going to tell you about quite yet. You'll have to follow us on our channel, our travel vlog. I used this up very quickly. Mind you, it is a travel size. It is from Kayali, the Sparkling Lychee 39 in the Eden collection. In Eden, they always have like the clear bottles. You see, it's pretty empty. Done. I really enjoyed this fragrance, but I don't enjoy the lack of lasting power, and therefore this like almost $50 little tiny bottle of fragrance lasted me less than 2 weeks because I did use it every day. I enjoyed it, but I'm not buying a full bottle because I'm sorry, like I need my fragrances to last longer. And I understand that maybe it's supposed to be more of an eau de toilette, but not at those prices. Our prices are going up so significantly and so quickly on the market right now that even with the Sephora VIB 20% off that I get very shortly, for me it's the 5th through the 15th, I think. I'm a Rouge member, so I get 20% off. I still wouldn't buy this for 20% off in the full bottle. Let's just go over to Fragrantica and I'll read to you guys what the main accords are. The main accords for Eden Sparkling Lychee 39 Eau de Parfum Kayali fragrance are fruity, sweet, vanilla, powdery, fresh, tropical, violet, floral, citrus, and musky. Top notes are lychee, black currant, red apple, and Italian lemon. Mid notes are violet, rose, and jasmine sambac. Base notes are sugar, vanilla absolute, musk, amber, sandalwood, and cedar. It's the top notes for me. I absolutely get all of the top notes, but I think it's because this doesn't last more than 45 minutes, maybe an hour on my skin or my clothes. That's because it doesn't have time to develop. I don't smell all these other scents. Now, the mid notes are all floral. I'm kind of okay with the fact that I don't smell all floral. It would be really lovely if this lasted long. And I didn't know this until I read it off of my computer screen. This is being sold as an eau de parfum. What? Like, it literally lasted at no time at all. So as much as I love this fragrance, and to be perfectly honest, when it comes to Kayali, I loved the Elixir 11, but it was just too heady, too strong for me. I did respect that one, but my all-time favorite is Vanilla 28. I love it on its own. It lasts a long time on me, both skin and clothing, but also it's such a great layering fragrance. This one I would have picked up had this lasted longer than an hour. I mean, honestly, I love a tart scent. I do not feel that perfumers are making things tart. I love a tart fragrance like blackberries, anything like that gives a little bit of a pucker factor, but you mix it and you blend it with sugar and it still has that tart pucker factor, but it blends really nicely. Even with the 20% off coming up from the Sephora VIB sale, I'm not going to be purchasing this. I'm quite disappointed. I don't know how people will buy the whole bottle and think that this is going to last a long time. I think that even something like this is going to last longer than this. All right, you guys, that was everything. I really do appreciate you guys watching. Let me know, like, of these 4 fragrances that we talked about, we've got 3 bottles, but 1 sample. Do you own any of these? And what are your thoughts? Let me know what you get from the Forte Mandarin Basilic. Like what note you get on your skin or your clothing longer. Like what's the thing that lasts the longest? I would love to know that too. Don't forget to check out our travel channel, which is Hitchhiking with the Harveys. The link is in the description as always on all of my videos. So please feel free to click on that. Subscribe over there. We'd love to have you there too. As always, you guys, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye guys.